This is a very important part of steaming Chinese fish, and that is to julienning the ginger properly. See how fine that is? Got a fine ginger that's not overly aged or old ginger, so it's like too gritty, and you can't really eat this. I like everything spicy, so I add a little bit of Thai chili. And then these scallions, I actually julienne these and soaked it in ice water so we can actually take the pungentness out. This has been steaming for roughly about 12 minutes now. This is a sablefish that's live. And what we're doing here is it's like partial steam but partial poach, right? So we're gonna go ahead and pour the first batch of the liquid out in just a bit. And as you can see, there's nothing on it but just the ginger. We're gonna pour this liquid out, and then we're gonna go ahead and re-steam it for 5 minutes to finish. Here's like about 15 minutes of steaming. You can see how this is not quite cooked. You see that? The fish is not cooked yet. And that's exactly what we want. And we wanna go ahead and pour out the first batch of the liquid. You see how the liquid is not completely clear? Take off all of the ginger that's here. Steam it for another 5 minutes or so to extract the now sweet and fresh liquid from the fish until it's fully cooked. When you can see the bone of the fish kind of departing from the meat, like here, this is when you kind of know it's cooked already. So we're gonna go ahead and put the ginger back in here, like this. And I'm gonna put a little bit of pepper in here for color and for spice. Some people might not like it. Last but not least, it's the finely julienne scallion that's gonna go on top of it. And then we're gonna close this lid again to let it just steam without fire for a bit, because we don't wanna overcook the scallion, right? And we're gonna leave this little bit right here, right before I sizzle the oil on there. So it can be nice and fresh with the fragrance, and put it on. The oil is kind of bubbly, so we want this to be super, super, super hot, because we want it to be poured over the scallion for it to just kind of go zzz. This is the liquid right here. This is the color that you want. So if it's a little darker, like brown, it's not right. That means that there's too much blood, right? So this liquid here should be poured now back on top of the fish. This is the sweetness of the fish. This is the most important part of the fish. If your liquid is too dark, that means you didn't steam it right. The most important part of having the fragrance is the actual oil right here. This oil is super, super hot. We're gonna go ahead and pour the oil right on the top. And it's very important to pour the oil before the soy, okay? And I'll explain to you why. The soy actually will seep into the meat of the fish if the oil is not gone on first. So this way it's gonna have a nice gloss on it. And anything that you put on top of it for sauce purposes, whether or not it's soy sauce, oyster sauce, whatever you decide to put on it, traditionally it's just seafood soy sauce. But if you put the oil on and you put the soy on, you can see the soy will just glide off. So that this is the proper way to make a steamed fish, so you can actually smell. So if you were in the room with me right now, you can smell all of the soy that's on there. This is how you get that nice pretty color on it. And this is ready to go. So your onions should really never be overcooked. Just like this. And there you go, Cantonese steamed fish.